Hey guys, and welcome to the channel. I'm Matt, and this is Board Being Skin, and this is the iFixit series. But before we do anything, let's walk the dogs. Bloody dog loves the camera. So here we are at episode 1. Now I've got this bike out of the bin shed. Someone's throwing it away. This one as well. And I thought we can make these two bikes into one rideable bike. As you can see, this one here missing its chain, and the gear selector's snapped off, so let's get this off and see what we're dealing with, see how many gears. And obviously this can't be fixed, but maybe we can take the one off the other one, put it on here and make it rideable. So it's pretty simple to remove, if the dog doesn't get in the way. Obviously it's got help, you know. Just undo this bolt off of here. Couldn't ever get along without my helpers. Right. You see that's off. So now to finish removing it, we just got to sort that out. Undo that nut, this one here, and I reckon undo this as well. So we've got an 8mm socket, oh sorry, 9mm socket on just a little flexi head ratchet, and we're just gonna try and with one hand undo this nut. So yeah, undo this nut with this, and I'll come bring it back. So you don't need to undo it all the way, just enough so that this lets go of this, and that's good. And then should be able to just undo this off of here, and then that slides all the way out of there. Easy. Obviously we need lots of help from the poochers, because couldn't get along without them. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Don't forget little mama. So we got this off now, so that can go in the bin. We do want to keep this because this is connected to the rest of the bike. It'll be our gears. So we just want to put this somewhere safe, tuck it up out of the way. We just put it through there. Alright, so it's just through there, so that we can work on this bit here and get the other set of gears in. Looks like we're going to need to go and get a new derailleur for this bike. This one's got 6 gears, whereas this one's only got 5. Older system, different connection point. So yeah, we're going to go and get that part ordered. We do have part number. Is it right there? So we're going to go and see if we can try and order that part number. Bring you back in a bit. Okay, so we've got the new part. So we're going to get that put on. First things first though, gotta have a cup of tea. Okay, so we've got our new part, pulled out the bag and everything. So literally this has got to go onto here, but we need to straighten this up and we need to take the chain off of the old bike. So if we go and have a look at the old chain, there's nothing wrong with it, it's not rusty or anything like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to find a decent link that we like. I like this one. See how that's a bit different. Oh, if I can get it to focus. See how this link is a bit different to the rest? But that's the link we're going to remove to split the chain. So let's get that chain off, and then we can get our new parts installed and see if they work. Okay, so I'll set you up on a stand so that we can get this tool to take one of these links out so we can get this chain off. So we undo it. And just slide it over the chain. And we want to just push that link out. There we go. Okay, there's our link. Now we want to undo this, and then the chain should come apart. There we go, so our chain is split. You can see that's the end, so we just need to take it off basically. Just gonna cut it off from this side. There is our chain. Okay, so you're all set up back on the old bike. Now what we're going to do is just straighten this. Shouldn't take too much, just for an Nifex Cobras. And we just literally bend and check basically. Okay, so this bit's all straightened now. We've got our new part and our 5mm Allen key, and we're now going to put this part on. So I'm moving slightly back. There's no orientation, it only goes the one way. You know, you can't put it on backwards. And as you can see, it tightens all the way down. Just nip it up. We can tighten everything to talk later, but yeah, so there we are, we're ready to put on our chain. Okay, so I brought you in a bit closer so you can see how this goes on. So you see, this is our tension in our chain. Okay, so what we want to do, we want to go under this first, bring this up, and then we want to go through this top one. Now, it might be a little bit fiddly, but you can get it in there. And you see, this is our tension that keeps our chain tight. So if we tension that right up, get that in a nice position where we can just lay it over the chain for now. So now our chain's all round where it should be. We need to take these two ends and we need to put the pin back in to close the chain and make one single loop again. So I'm going to get that done, and then I'll bring you back and I'll show you the next stage of putting the gear levers back on and setting up the gears. So now we've got to connect the gear cable back in. So if you remember, we undone this nut and then threaded it out of here. So we need to basically just push it back through. So we've got our gear lever, so we want to push that through there, and we want to push all of that in. Yeah, so it's basically nice and tight. Okay, so basically just put it back in here. It goes round, comes up, it comes through here, and then we want it to go underneath this bar here. So once we're underneath, we can sort of semi-tighten it up just before we get it into position. So at the moment I think we're mid-gear, so we want to get this sort of midway along this range. Get that cable in the slot and then tighten up this cable here. Now when we turn the gear lever, this will move backwards and forwards. So then when we turn the pedal, it should start changing gears. But to get it to change gears right, we've got to set it up correctly. So there's two screws in the back here that will govern the amount of movement per each selection. So with a little bit of tweaking, you can see we've got it running smooth in the first gear. If we click up, one gear should that if we change these screws at the back here, okay, so after a test ride, all the gears seem fine on this Apollo here. So that's now ready to use. The old parts bike, we're going to take what we can off of that and scrap the rest, because there's not much more we can use on it. And that being said, I'd like to thank you for watching and ask you to keep an eye out for episode 2, where we take a look at some fault lights on my daily driver. This is Board Being Skint. I'm Matty, and I'll see you next time.